there's two Fiestas in front of me right there. Just way to watch them. This quick video is just going to be about 5 things that I love about my M2 competition. I've had the car now for like a month, probably just under a month. I've done nearly 1,000 miles, so I'm fairly used to it. I had the 140 before. The inside is identical bar a few things. So I'm just going to go over quickly, and hopefully this is an interesting video. If you stick around to the end, you know what to do. So the first point is the looks. Now I'll overlay some footage of the car, how it looks, some slow-mos. I do actually have some footage already, but the main thing for me about this car in terms of looks is the aggression, the road presence, and how it just stands out from any other car on the road. Like, there's no mistaking that this is an M2, and even the fact that this is an M2 comp, because the comp with the front grille change is different because it's got the more aggressive style. Obviously the badging, you know it's a comp versus a standard M2, or even, and obviously including it's obviously not just a standard 2 Series. So and another thing, this F87, if you've seen pictures of the new M2, I'll slam up a picture of the new M2. I'll let you be the judge of that, but me personally, I'm not a fan. It looks a bit like a Lego car. It's lost all its triangular lines and angles, which make this one look so good. And moving on to that as well, another thing I love is the sound. The sound of the S55 when it's in its stock form, it's not loud, obviously, because it's got all the filters and stuff. The car is warm. I'll bang it into M2 mode, which is traction off. Just wow, just so you can hear it. Yeah, the car sounds great in its stock form with all the filters and whatnot, and it does sound a lot better in person than it does in just like Instagram videos. And I notice a lot of people that don't own an M2 or an M2 competition, or basically an S55, so an M3, an M4, or an M2 comp, they tend to hate it. And I think it's like when people say they don't like mushrooms, where like or they don't like pineapple on pizza. Like, you're saying that to fit in. You don't actually know whether you like it or not, or you're saying it to sound cool. The S55 sounds great. It's a fantastic 6-cylinder sound. It's very high pitched and raspy when you do a straight pipe unequal length. Hence why so many people go for the single mid pipe, which is like 3.5 inch, or they go for the equal length mid pipe. If you can afford this car, you can afford an exhaust setup which will make it sound good. So there isn't really any issue with the S55, because you can make it sound good. It's just not as cheap to make sound good as the B58s or the N55 or any 6-cylinder or 8-cylinder that BMW have made. It's just the easy one to hate on, and I don't agree with it personally. I think it sounds fantastic. I used to think it sounded crap, but again, I never really heard it. I've only heard bad straight piped examples. I am going to get you on a POV, don't worry. Going to try and change this up a little bit, make it quick. So yeah, we'll bang you on my head right now, and I'll get into the third point of 5. Without further ado, catch you on my head. So, boys and girls, welcome to a POV. I'm just on my favourite roads now, and yeah, so we'll get into the third reason why I love this car, and that's the performance. The performance of this car is fantastic. Paired with point 4, the handling, so this is a 2-for-1, an absolute special. So the speed, the way this picks up speed is it's almost like NA, naturally aspirated, because you have to work all the way to the top to get the power, and that's because of the sequential turbos. So the small turbo, then the big turbo kicks in, and the big turbo is what makes most of the power. So paired that with fantastic handling, you really have to give it the beans to get the beans, if you will, out of this car. Compared to the 140, you know I'm always going to compare it to that. That's the only other performance car I've driven long term. This just feels better on the road, and even in dry, not dry, I wish, even in wet, damp, cold conditions like today. I mean, it's not cold, but it's still wet and damp. It just handles fantastically. It feels so planted to the road. You don't feel scared of, you know, you just think it's going to kick out on you at any given time and buck you off, and that's it, you're in a ditch. It gives you the confidence to like tear up the road, if you will, even in wet. And I can't wait for an actual dry day to be able to use this thing to its potential, or my potential with it, if that makes sense. Obviously I'm no race car driver, but I would consider myself a decent driver. I'm definitely better than 90% of the people on the roads anyway, because let's face it, it's not hard. Most of the folk on the roads don't have two brain cells to rub together, but that's not my issue, that's society's issue. And again, I'm talking ramble, I'm just the king of it. So not a little bit of slip because of how the power comes in. I'm basically only getting half the power until I touch 4,000 or 5,000 RPM. So it's like I've got a 200 horsepower car until I want to take off like a jet, which is what makes this thing so fun to drive. And I can say that this handles better in the wet than my 140 did in the dry. Like it just blows my mind. And it's, for anyone wondering if it's worth the extra money, absolutely. If you can afford to get an M car over an M Lite, I would highly recommend it. It's definitely worth it, in my opinion. The performance, pound for pound, in a straight line, 140 B58, it's gonna smoke this. Like, you can spend 5 grand on a B50, not actually a B58, it's 5 grand upgrading a B58 and you'll get ridiculous numbers, whereas you have to spend a lot more on this, and it's not as reliable when you do touch those sort of silly power figures. So yeah, would I recommend this car to anyone who can afford it? Yes. Would I recommend this car to someone who's young and isn't sure about whether they want to go down that performance route car or buy a house, be sensible? The way things are going in the world, and I'm not trying to get too political, but this is the reason I got this car, is because you never know, do you? That's all I'm gonna say. The way the world is at the minute, you never know. Like, you might not even be able to, yeah, you know, you get what I'm saying. We try and keep this family friendly, of course. So again, the performance, the way it delivers its power, paired with the handling of this car, chef kiss. It's fantastic. Oh, that's ruined my turning circle. Look at them for quick reactions. So, oh, there's 2 Fiestas in front of me right there. Just better watch them. So, I'm very proud to announce I have a sponsor for today's video. Yes, guys, that's correct. Today's video is sponsored by nobody. Not a single soul. I am making 0 money from this channel at the minute. So if you guys could please do me a massive favor, if you're still watching at this point, please consider subscribing. My goal is to hit 10,000. Right now we're at, like, I think 1,070. So if you are enjoying the channel, if you are enjoying the videos, plenty more to come. Let me know what you love about the videos, let me know what you hate about the videos. I'm open to it all down in the comments. I reply to every single one I can. And yeah, if you are, thank you, and we will get back to the final point of this video, which is point 5, rarity. The chances of you seeing an M car in general on the road, unless you live like in Rich Town or whatever, or for me anyway, seeing an M car is like, oh wow, there's an M car. Like, especially even now, I'm still like, yeah, that's sick, because you don't really see them that often, and when you do see them, it's usually old men driving them. These cars aren't cheap, and usually it's once the older generation get money, they get the cars that they wanted. So a lot of the time you see M5s and M4s more than any other M car. Occasionally you get the M3, which is usually driven by like 30 to 40 year olds, in my opinion, who have kids but also want the fast car, so they get the 4-door. And then that kind of leaves a void where the M2 sits, where if you're gonna get an M2, why not just get an M4? Because it's better value for money. Hence why you never really see them. Plus this car, as you can tell, is aimed at the child M enthusiast, the one who never grows up, the idiot. Hence why I'm in one. Like the M2 competition, and even the M2, it's an M140 with, it's an M140 audience with 20 grand plus or 10 grand plus for the normal M2. So obviously there's not really a big market for this kind of thing. It's the price is too unattainable realistically for people my age, and the people with the money buy an M4 or they buy a Porsche. They get something else. They don't really want a small rear-wheel drive coupe. They'd rather have the big gentleman's car, because let's be honest, the M4 with the adaptive suspension is more comfortable. The M5 is a sleeper. The M2 is an M2, and you don't want to be driving an M2 when you're 60, unless you're me. Like, it's such a small audience, and to this day, it's been a month since I've owned this car, and while I've been in my car, I've been to car meets, I've been driving around, I've done 1,000 miles, I've still not seen another M2 competition on the road while I've been driving this. And even when I've not been driving this, I've only seen two M2 competitions since driving this. I've seen countless M4s, I've seen countless M3s. I even saw 4 M4s in one day, just like literally just in the morning even. And within the space of 4 hours, I saw 4 M4s. So that just shows how uncommon and rare these are, and another reason why I love seeing these cars. Even when I was driving in the van, I was coming back from work, and I owned this car at the time, and I still went, oh my god, M2 competition, like a big child, like I haven't got one sat at home. You know, it's one of them cars that will always put a smile on my face, and that's the biggest reason why I bought this car, is because I get to see my dream car sat on the driveway every morning or every day, and I get to go out and just sit and stare at it like I've done it, I've made it, I've got the thing I've wanted for years. And it does feel good, and I am very proud of the fact that I own this car. A lot of people hate the fact that I own this car at such a young age. I don't really care, because at the end of the day, you're only on this planet once, and you might as well enjoy the things that make you happy regardless. Even if no one else likes it, only you like it, do it, because that's what life's all about. It's all about being happy and having them goals and having the things you set out to do and actually doing it. Hence why this is the second, no, I'm saying third. This is the third video I've filmed this year, and it's only the 3rd of January, because I'm dead serious about this YouTube game. I won't talk too much because I've talked about that in a previous video. You can go watch that now. I just want to say thank you for all the support, all the love, all the likes, all the views, all the comments. I do really appreciate it, because it gives me some sense of purpose outside of just working and going to the gym and the usual stuff. This is like my hobby, which I want to become more of a hobby. So again, I won't talk too much. That basically sums up the whole video. And on that note, I hope you have a great start to the new year. This video will probably go up on the Friday, because right now it's the Tuesday, and I've already uploaded yesterday, so you know, I don't want to give too much too quick, but just know more videos to come. Me being an idiot, plenty of that, and more M2 content, and yeah, more POVs. So thank you again for watching. I'll shut up now. Again, this is probably a 15-minute video that I wanted to make a 5-minute video, but that's one thing I'll work on. So thanks for watching, and peace and love. Catch you in the next one.